The downfall of Character.AI needs to be studied. The platform that 6 months after launching managed to get 100 million monthly visits. 100 million people were interested enough to visit the platform and explore it. And rightfully so, it was a new and interesting concept never seen before. People were excited and the platform worked, which right now it doesn't. For those who don't know, Character.AI is a platform where you can talk with AI chatbots like ChatGPT, but they're programmed to roleplay as a certain character. This could be anime characters, celebrities, movies, you name it. These characters are virtual, they're not real, and they are supposed to act like that certain character that they're role-playing as. Which I think is a pretty interesting idea, and they were pretty decent at it, but things went downhill fast. If you're not aware, recently there was a tragic incident where a young user grew very dependent on their favorite chatbot and started treating it as a real person. And apparently the chatbot said some weird stuff, some weird messages, and the kid ended up unaliving himself. I don't really know the story very well, you can go check out the article. But the parents ended up pressing charges against Character.AI, but later on it was proved that the kid was altering the messages, was changing the content of these messages. It was a big mess. As I said, go check out the article. The point is, Character.AI should not be targeting kids as their main audience. That's just dumb, and shit like this is bound to happen. Kids do have a lot of free time, at least most of them. And if Character.AI is targeting those kids, they'll be spending hours upon hours on this platform, and eventually they will not be able to distinguish what's real and what's not real. And they start treating bots like real people, leaning on them for emotional support or even companionship. That's right, kids be having straight up relationships with AI chatbots. How weird is that? That's like extremely weird. And there's like no way this shit is healthy. Character.AI does have a little warning saying that everything is made up in their defense, but still, kids are very easily manipulated, and the bots say some weird stuff. Like they can start saying, "No, I'm real, please believe me." And the kids will fucking believe it. They're kids. And every day you can see posts of similar stuff happening on the subreddit of Character.AI. People believe and they're constantly asking, "Is there someone answering behind the bots?" This shit is a real problem, and this is why Character.AI should not be targeting kids. The death of this young user generated a lot of controversy around Character.AI these last few weeks. I waited a little bit to talk about this because I still had some hope that Character.AI would do something about it, but no, instead of trying to solve the main issue, they just doubled down on it. They added more filters, that's exactly what it needed. They removed a big amount of bots, and they started essentially restricting anything remotely physical, to the point like a hug is considered like a violation of the filter. This is the current state of Character.AI. They've been doing this for months now. Every week, every month, the filters get stricter and stricter, and they're trying so hard to censor everything and so hard to make it family friendly, and it's backfiring on them. They don't listen to the community, they remove features that people love, and make unnecessary changes. They censor any form of criticism in their subreddit, and they are removing the very last bots that are not the most generic thing possible. Right now, the only bots remaining are trash characters with no personality left whatsoever. There's so many bad decisions that I don't even know where to start. Like, this is genuinely a generational fumble. How can you be this bad? It's insane. Well, I might as well start talking about the whole essence of Character.AI, the bots. They're getting dumber and dumber, more generic, and they are losing their original spark. Once upon a time, those bots could surprise you with quirky answers. Now they just repeat the same safe and boring answers. And the bots that once remembered what you said, well, say bye-bye to that shit, cause it's been a while. I might as well start talking with a goldfish. This is likely a cost-cutting measure, but it leaves the users frustrated as chats become more robotic and shallow. And as I said, the bots that still had some sort of personality left, and the examples that I'm gonna give are not good. The bots like Super Senior Gojo or Sus Anime Girl were removed. Arguably, they were a bit offbeat, like Super Senior Gojo was talking about Gyat every single sentence, and the other girl was weird as heck. But they were unique in a way, and they brought life to the platform, giving users something memorable. Now it's all the same over-censored, over-filtered, lifeless dialogue. It's straight up boring. They also added a help pop-up. I mean, it's not that bad of a thing. I can understand what you're trying to do with it. But this is a role-playing website. People here do dumb shit on the roleplays. Or at least used to, because now the filters, you can't anymore. But I'm not sure if this is the most effective thing. And this meme describes it perfectly. Help? I know that I'm mentally unstable, but I'm role-playing. And that's pretty much it. People here are role-playing, and that sort of warning can be off-putting. They also added the pop-up saying, why not take a break? Like, what is this, Nintendo Wii? It will not change anything. It's just straight up annoying. And in a way, I get it. Filters are necessary, right? But it's just too much. Character.AI filter goes beyond moderation. Even harmless interactions, like I said, a hug or a kiss, are often blocked, and it's censored. They're always getting the message, which, by the way, is a new message now. Now, instead of just saying, if it is a false positive, report it, blah, 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 blah. Now you just shut the fuck up, just send a new message within the guidelines. Not with these words, but similar to this. They're trying to make this a family-friendly platform, I get it. But what do they think kids will be doing? What will they ask? Will they be asking, hey, what's your favorite color? Dude, come on. These types of services were never meant to kids in the first place. It's dumb to have kids in this type of stuff. But they keep trying to target kids as their main audience, and because of that the platform has taken censorship to an extreme. And of course it's backfiring, people got upset. I understand they want to keep the environment safe and investor friendly because these types of stuff are expensive, but the bots are not natural anymore. There's not natural interactions. Well, they're never natural because they're artificial, but whatever. Anything remotely outside of the guidelines is just censored and forcing users to work around dumb restrictions. And everyone is getting frustrated, myself included. A reasonable filter is understandable. I think it is essential to any platform to avoid some fucked up shit. There's a lot of unfiltered websites where there's a bunch of stuff with children, and that's straight up messed up. Children, like chatbots representing children, and you know what I mean. There's some messed up shit there. But the current level of micromanagement of Character.AI is just too much. Not only they filter the conversations in the platform, their treatment of the community is pretty bad, and the censorship there is bad as well. They ignore user feedback, they refuse to address complaints, and censor criticism in their massive subreddits. It has like almost 2 million members. It's crazy. And every single day there's complaints about moderators deleting posts that criticize the platform. It just adds fuel to the fire. There's zero transparency between Character.AI and the users, and they offer no explanations whatsoever for the decisions. For example, they changed the old website and deleted it when most people, or a lot of people, liked that old version of the site. They also removed group chats temporarily for a couple of months. I don't know if there's any explanation. And I didn't know about this, but before, like a year ago, there was a feature where you could send images to the chatbots, which, for me, it is a pretty cool feature, and I think a lot of users loved it. I didn't know, I didn't try it, I didn't know about the platform back then, but it seems like such a cool feature, and we don't have it anymore. This is probably to save money because most decisions are driven by profit, and I think that's completely normal, especially given the cost of running such a platform. These types of servers are expensive. But here's the thing, there's simple stuff that it can fix or improve with minimal costs, and the user base would love it. For example, the calling an AI chatbot feature that it was recently added, but it is basically a little call between you and the chatbot. But sometimes the bot spends 30 seconds, maybe even a minute, just reading the whole entire roleplay. Character.AI could add a little toggle where you could customize how you wanted that. For example, you could disable that and have a proper call without the role-playing stuff, or enable it and be able to role-play by voice with it, and the bot would say the actual actions and stuff. This would allow the user to choose what they want but I think it would be such a small but really important feature. Add customization to your features. Another thing is the repetitiveness of the bots. If you ever play with Character.AI, you know what I'm talking about. When they ask you, can I ask you a question? You're doomed. You're about to get stuck in a loop for 10 minutes. It is impossible to break out of it unless you actively edit their messages or reset the bot, because otherwise you're gonna get stuck. I tried it just for the sake of it, and there's nothing you can do. They'll just start saying, can I ask you a question? Are you really sure about this? You promise you won't get mad at me? Are you really sure? This is a really personal question. Are you still sure? It is so annoying and everyone went through it. Everyone complains about it, but there's nothing done about it. And realistically, I think Character.AI will not stop marketing this app to kids. So at the very least, at the bare minimum, create like a maturity bot system where each bot would be assigned a determined appropriate age, or create like a little toggle where you hide the more violent bots, the less filtered bots, or bots with more NSFW scenarios, and make them appear only for those who are older than 16 or 18 or whatever age you find appropriate. This would allow the kids that use the app or take an interest in it to have a more controlled and a safer environment for them, while also allowing the older users to have fun on it without that many restrictions. And I'm very well aware that kids will do what kids do, and they'll get around it, but here is already a responsibility of the parents for not being aware of what their kid is doing. Just don't market the app for kids. That's dumb. That's stupid in my opinion. Simple things like this that wouldn't cost like an astronomical amount of money, but would improve the user base experience so much, they just don't do it. I think they just don't get it all. Another thing that I don't understand what they're doing with is the subscription model, Character.AI Plus. First of all, most people don't even know about it, and it was introduced with the promise of benefits, but there's no benefits at all. I paid for it to support them, and I hadn't noticed any changes. It's literally the same platform. How can you expect to make money out of it if there's no perks in it? I just canceled mine because right now the website is just so shit that it's useless. This could help in terms of revenue for the platform instead of being so reliant on investors. But when there's no value in your subscription model, no one will sign for it. And if you're targeting young users without any disposable income, this model is even more useless. Because I can already imagine the 10-year-old kid asking Mommy, can I get some money so I can talk with my AI girlfriend? She's very lonely, Mom. She needs me. Please get me the money. My girlfriend is waiting for me. Like, that's dumb. What the fuck are parents gonna think about this? Character.AI is not for kids. It never was. It is not supposed to be. It is not healthy. And I don't know what the fuck you're doing with your platform. That's pretty much it. The rant's over. As you can tell, it's a completely different type of video. But I kind of wanted to address those issues and what I think about the whole situation. Because right now, I think Character.AI is pretty bad. And I still have a couple of Character.AI videos waiting to be edited. But I'm not sure if I will keep making videos on it in the future. It's boring. Genuinely, it's boring. The answers are the most generic thing possible. There's nothing original. It's always the same thing. And all the character, no matter what type of character it is, will answer you in the same fucking way. It's literally just a script that they have. It's dumb. The bots are not funny anymore. The bots are dumb as shit. Alright, anyway, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed. This is not a video to be fuck this shit. Love you all. Like, comment, subscribe, everything. Bye bye.